Welcome, my dark children, to the Rage of the Stage Players 20th season. Next up, we'll be presenting a dramatized live stream reading of one of our most requested original scripts, Winnie-the-Pooh and the Seven Deadly Sins, a dark satire which chronicles the misadventures of Christopher Robin Milne, a gay teen who's coming to terms with his sexuality while simultaneously facing pressure from both his family and his Catholic school. Rage has staged two full productions of the play, its world premiere in March and April of 2013, and then a revival in July of 2019. Both productions were incredibly well received, and thus it seemed like an ideal addition to our live stream lineup for the company's 20th, so we could introduce it to an even broader audience. While composing the piece, I found it quite amazing how well the characters in A. Milne's world of Winnie the Pooh suited my needs to tell the story of this young man's journey to self-discovery and, moreover, self-acceptance. And although you may think, at first, it's intended to be nothing more than a trifle, a vulgar comedy, I can assure you that it's a deep and heartfelt valentine to all who have faced, are facing, or will face similar personal uncertainty in their lives. For those familiar with the Winnie the Pooh stories, it's also brimming with literary Easter eggs, which I feel you'll enjoy. I mean, don't get me wrong, it's filthy as fuck if that's the sole reason why you're here. But not once in my lifetime have I ever written with the intention of offending. If the content is gritty, dark, uncomfortable, or even perceived as obscene, it's because I'm being true to my characters and allowing them to speak and act as their respective natures dictate. I'm a fan of words and I shy away from none. If it exists and it's applicable, I refuse to avoid it simply because a group of letters placed in a particular order to make a specific sound causes even a single reader or observer to lose control of themselves and their emotions. Art is meant to evoke a response. You might as well tell a painter that he or she can render an image, but under no circumstances may they use red because red is an angry color and it threatens your safe space. I honor everyone's safe space, but in all fairness, I humbly request that it not intersect with my dangerous one. This story lampoons some very serious topics, and, in my trademark style, is rife with gallows humor. This is because it was extremely important to me to create a protagonist who is real and relatable, and not merely the same victimized gay youth who has been portrayed over and over to the point of narrative exhaustion. In Winnie the Pooh and the Seven Deadly Sins, you'll meet and explore with a very strong and witty Christopher Robin, who's far from a victim. Instead, he's a flawed teen making every effort to find himself, despite the many obstacles life has set before him. Additionally, he's not a pure innocent either. He's a true and tangible character who delivers acerbic remarks which are, at times, misogynistic, or racist, or blasphemous, or homophobic, and, more often than not, these are all used to induce a negative response from authority. Christopher Robin is a product of his environment and his upbringing, and he incorporates all that he learns to strengthen his defense mechanisms, ugly though some of those defenses may be. The following performance is exciting and unique as, in the spirit of shaking things up for our company's birthday, we've cast performers who are reprising their roles from either our 2013 or 2019 productions, Ragers both old and new, and four actors from four different states outside of our home in Pennsylvania, two of whom originated roles from two of my other plays in the state premieres of those plays. Eric Parkin, who originated the role of Mr. Harry Lyons in the New York City premiere of Dorothy and Oz in 2011, and Lindsay Nicole Steinberg, who originated the role of Alice Little in the Virginia premiere of Alice's Adventures in Wonderland in 2015. I'll close by saying that one of the reasons I'm personally excited about this reading is, perhaps, a selfish one. Not only do I get to perform, a rare occasion these days, but I have the opportunity to play Owl, a role I've desired since the script's inception, when I enacted his lines solely for the sake of composition and flow. Well, the only time I enacted them if you don't count my private monologues in the shower. The only thing that could possibly make the prospect of playing Owl even better is if I could do so among a stellar cast of character actors. And from the look of this roster of talent, even better it shall be. So sit back, my dark children. Put your morals where creepy old Uncle Jim doesn't have to suffer the sight or sound of them, and soak in the world of Christopher Robin Milne as he returns to the 100-Acre Wood and the nightmare it's become, as the Rage of the Stage Players present Winnie-the-Pooh and the 7 Deadly Sins.
Winnie-the-Pooh and the 7 Deadly Sins, a play by James Michael Schulberg, inspired by characters created by A. Milne. Cast of characters. Lindsay Nicole Steinberg, narrator.
Zach Bain, Christopher Robin.
Andrew Long, Mr. Milne and Woozle.
Jen James, Mrs. Milne and Heffalump.
Eric Parkin, Father Shepherd.
Harry Schoberg, Piglet.
Charles C. Bickett, Rabbit.
Mark McConnell, Winnie-the-Pooh.
Alex Blair, Eeyore, and Harry Colborne.
Ryan Ott, Tigger.
Eric Thompson, Rue.
Amanda Ann Light, Kanga.
James Michael Schoberg, Owl.
Act 1, Scene 1. Setting, the 100-Acre Wood. The lights rise on the backyard of the Milne family. Young Christopher Robin is sitting on a picnic blanket, which has been set for a party. He is surrounded by his plush toys of Piglet, Rabbit, Eeyore, Tigger, Kanga, and Roo. There is a picnic basket next to young Christopher Robin with a red helium balloon tied to the handle. Young Christopher Robin is holding his plush toy of Owl in the hand that is visible to the audience, and his plush toy of Winnie the Pooh in his other hand, which he's holding behind his back.
Owl, I'm going to throw a party. I'm going to give a party. Woo! Me, that's who. You are you? And it's to be a special sort of party because of what Pooh did when he did what he did to save Piglet from the flood. So will you tell Pooh as quickly as you can and all the others, because it'll be tomorrow. Party for me? How grand! Is it tomorrow already? My, how time flies! Woo hoo hoo! This party is a special party. And it's a party because of this party is a party because of what someone did, and we all know who it was. Friends, it has been a great pleasure, or perhaps I should say it's been a pleasure so far, to see you at my party. And we all know who it was, and it's his party because of what he did. 3 cheers for Pooh! For who? For Pooh. Why, what did he do? I thought you knew.
The lights rise on another area, illuminating Mr. and Mrs. Milne, young Christopher Robin's father and mother.
He's at it again, Daphne. Listen to him out there. It's bad enough my 6-year-old son is throwing parties for his stuffed toys in the backyard, but now he's singing to them.
Actually, he's singing with them. At least he's pretending to. It's harmless. Alan, make believe. That's all. He's just a little boy.
Who acts like a little girl?
Lonely. He doesn't have many friends.
Who needs friends? The kid can carry on a 9-part conversation all by himself. Well, we are up to 9, right? 8 animals and the boy. Unless you snuck in a new one without telling me.
Well, no, but there is a gopher he's had his eye on.
Absolutely not. There will be no gopher.
Okay, no gopher.
I'm right. And why does he have to play so close to the house anyway? I don't want anyone to see my son back there talking to himself like a Goddamn schizophrenic.
Well, Mr. Sanders next door yells at Christopher Robin anytime he catches him exploring.
Sanders is an asshole. There's like 100 acres back there. He couldn't tell you where his property ends and ours begins. Next, the old fart will be putting his name on the trees.
Why don't I call Mary Brown and see if Jonathan can come over? At least they can play together.
I told you, I don't want him over here anymore. We have enough teddy bear problems without that little creep dragging his over here. He acts like it's alive, Daphne. Whole damn family does. In fact, one day when the boys were playing, I asked them if they were hungry. The brown kid looked at me and said, "You have any marmalade?" I asked him if he meant, like jelly. Little bastard rolled his eyes at me, pointed to his bear and said, "He only eats marmalade." He only eats marmalade. At least our son likes honey, like a fucking bear.
Alan.
I'm sorry. Well, you know what I mean.
Winnie-the-Pooh does love his honey.
Do you hear yourself? You are not helping.
And you've helped by making him afraid to go to the basement.
Well, he never plays with the tools, does he?
Because you told him there were hungry elephants and weasels down there.
It was heffalumps and woozles. And my dad told me the exact same thing.
You've given him nightmares.
Look, we are not brown. I am not sitting across the dinner table from a stuffed bear. The zoo gets boxed up tomorrow.
Don't be sad, Pooh Bear. Nobody can be uncheered with a balloon.
Only 6, Alan. Taking them away, doesn't that seem a little...
Tomorrow. You'll see. I'll set that boy straight.
The lights fade to black on both young Christopher Robin and Mr. and Mrs. Milne. Act 2, Scene 2. The lights rise on the office of Father Shepherd, the head priest at Christopher Robin's Catholic school. His desk is covered with various papers, personal items, and files, one of which is very thick. There is also a telephone upon which Father Shepherd is speaking.
Sister, please. I'm sure she's fine. Sometimes students do wander off. Run off, you say? Well, just stay calm. You've alerted the museum security. They will in turn notify the police. I'm certain she hasn't gone far. All of this will come to nothing. You'll see. There's no need to make a production out of it. I understand that. Yes, you are responsible for a lot of... I know you don't take that responsibility lightly.
Christopher Robin, now a 16-year-old, dressed in a Catholic school uniform, enters. He's carrying a backpack.
Father?
Father Shepherd, half distracted by his telephone call, gestures for Christopher Robin to come in and sit.
Sister, don't cry. Yes, we will trust you again. Just collect the remaining... the other students, and have them return to the bus. Call me back in half an hour, or if she turns up in the meantime. Sister, I really have to go. I'm in the middle of counseling a troubled youth.
Trouble?
Goodbye.
Moi?
Intelligent, yes. Imaginative, most definitely. A daydreamer, in fact. Troubled, well, this is your disciplinary file. So I don't feel that troubled is an unreasonable assessment to add.
I can't believe Father Dowd turned me in over one piece of cheese. I just thought the body of Christ needed a little something. And it does go with wine. He's so gauche.
This is the first I've heard of it.
Oh. I'm sorry I didn't go on that field trip. It sounds like I'm missing all the excitement.
Well, as I recall, Mr. Milne, you were kept from it due to your rather slapdash approach to your schoolwork.
And slapdash is not the approach you were looking for?
Case in point, a paper you were assigned to write for your religion class on the capital vices or the cardinal sins. One that received a failing grade, I might add.
Failing! Jesus Christ! Thank you for Father Shepherd, and for his interest in my education. I wish to someday make him proud.
He doesn't grant wishes.
Oh yeah, prayers go up, wishes go down. I always get them confused. Failing me? I mean, that doesn't seem fair. She hates me, Father. They all do.
Well, that would explain why your file says Lucifer Robin. See written right there on the label.
My paper, Father? The 7 deadly sins?
Ah, yes. You disappoint me, son. For one who so embodies them, you seem to have no grasp on their spiritual significance. Sloth.
And it is right before lunch.
Gluttony.
Why doesn't the sister single anyone else out?
Envy.
It's because I'm the only free thinker.
Pride.
Fine, I'll just keep all my thoughts to myself then.
Greed.
Not even close. Greed is the excessive desire and pursuit of material possessions.
Train up the child in the way he should go, and even when he is old, he will not depart from it. Proverbs 22:6. You have learned something after all.
Ugh.
Wrath.
No. No. That was frustrated. Irritated. Annoyed. Ah! That was wrath. You'll know the difference.
Sit. You see, though these pages lack substance on the assigned topic, I'm more troubled by that with which you replaced it, if I may. The Old Testament is responsible for more atheism, agnosticism, disbelief, call it what you will, than any book ever written. It has emptied more churches than all the counter attractions of cinema, motor bicycle, and the golf course. Now, I don't know which I find worse, the blasphemous content of this remark, or the fact that it was clearly plagiarized.
Father, I'm sorry if you find it offensive, but I assure you those are, in fact, my own words.
Counter attractions of cinema and the motor bicycle. I find it extremely difficult to believe that a young man with your slipshod work ethic.
I thought it was slapdash.
On those rare occasions that he actually does complete an assignment, would display a proclivity for using such antiquated terminology in his writing.
How dare you question my love of language, Father? I am this close to displaying such a proclivity right here, right now. Oh, you have no idea. Yeah, it didn't feel right when I said it.
Now tell me, where did you borrow this quotation?
You wouldn't believe me. Father Shepherd? You forgot one.
One what?
Sin. That was only 6.
Was it now?
You left out lust. It's the only one you didn't accuse me of.
Well, that's actually why you're here, son. One of your fellow students has already taken the liberty.
Ah, nice segue.
Apparently you were seen behind our equipment shed yesterday afternoon with Jonathan Brown. Would you care to tell me what you two were doing back there?
Equipment? Yes. I was helping him with the equipment, actually showing him where to put the balls.
It says here that you two were kissing, but let's just stick with kissing.
You're the first priest to ever say that.
When confronted by Father Dowd, Mr. Brown said it was you who forced yourself on him.
That little fag said, "What?"
Mr. Milne.
No, you drag his lying ass down here now. I feel some more wrath coming on.
Christopher Robin, do you assert that...
I inserted nothing!
Assert!
Oh!
That you were in fact not kissing Jonathan Brown?
I wasn't. I mean, well, it was sort of a mutual thing. Though he did put his tongue in my mouth first. And we are talking about Jonathan Brown here, sir. There are none so blind as those who will not see that that boy has some sugar in his tank. Though for my part, I will confess that he's very hard to resist in that jacket and tie. I mean, you know what they say about a man in uniform.
You were both in uniform.
So it was twice as hot. Do you see where I'm going with this? If anything, it's the school's fault. It's your sexy dress code. Father Shepherd. Ernest. We're not that different, you and I. I mean, we're both men of the cloth. Mine's just paisley. Do we really have to make a big deal out of this?
I'm sorry, son, but the church can neither tolerate nor turn a blind eye to this sort of depravity.
The Catholic Church? Father, if we just talk to John together, you'll see that it was...
unacceptable. No matter how you attempt to explain it. Besides, Mr. Brown has had his say already. He too will be punished. To a lesser degree, of course, as your guilt is admitted. And your record. Dubious, to say the least.
Dad was right. Those Browns are nothing but trouble. The family, I mean, the Brown family, that particular Brown family, who happens to be white. Not that I have a problem with actual brown people. Well, not all of them. Your secretary's nice, and I've certainly spent enough time with her, sitting outside your office with her to know. Yep, she's one of the good ones. Hey, fun fact, did you know she was not raised by her grandmother? Which isn't racism, just an acknowledgement of an atypical upbringing, for them. Besides, I can't be prejudiced. I myself am a minority. My mother always says, "Oh, Christopher Robin, you're one of a kind."
Young man, you are trying.
Very hard, Father. Thank you for noticing.
I believe we're through here.
But where does that leave me?
Public school? Ashdown, I imagine.
What? They'll kick the shit out of me there, Father. They're not like the kids here. They don't have an irrational fear of hell.
Perhaps your parents will be willing to explore alternatives. If you have a preference, I could certainly mention it to them when I confer with them on Monday.
Look, Father, I'm gay. I'm not ashamed to admit it, but my parents, I don't exactly come from the most broad-minded family. I mean, my grandfather used to go around spouting gems like, sometimes you win, sometimes you lose, and on those occasions you just blame the Jews. And I wasn't ready, am still not ready. I mean, I'm sure my mom and dad suspect, but to hear it from you, like this, please.
So, I'm to impose our most severe penalty without mentioning the actual misconduct.
Oh, yeah, that'd be great.
I'm afraid not, Mr. Milne. If you care to explain this behavior of yours to them before then, you still have the weekend to do so.
This behavior?
Christopher Robin grabs his backpack and begins to storm out of Father Shepherd's office.
Christopher, Christ bearer, he who holds Christ in his heart. I think you should ask yourself, are you worthy of the name? Can you hold him, son?
Well, Father, if 3 nails could do it, how heavy can he be?
Father Shepherd is speechless. His telephone rings. Christopher Robin turns back and exits completely. Fade to black. Act 1, Scene 3. The lights rise on the backyard of the Milne family, where several large cardboard boxes have been stacked, each marked on the outside with some indication of the contents within. Christopher Robin enters carrying another cardboard box.
Okay, Christopher Robin, Mom and Dad have been at you for a while now to clear out these boxes, right? Right.
He sets the cardboard boxes he is carrying down alongside the others.
And when they get home, they'll find out that their considerate, industrious son has, without prompting, further prompting, removed said boxes. When they ask about my sudden initiative, I'll engage them in a little subtle suggestion. Mother, Father, you do so much for me, and I ask for so little in return. So I said to myself, you have chores, young man, responsibilities, as well you should. The garage is as good a place as any to start. I mean, it's not very difficult task. So you sashay right in there and start queening. What's that, Dad? You proud of me? Oh, come on, it's the least I could do. Besides, I've got a great role model. My day mom. Uneventful. Well, actually, come to think of it, something sort of funny did happen. You'll like this one, Dad. Apparently, I'm being expelled from school for being an amoral sexual deviant. Ain't that a hoot? I think this plan needs a little work. Fuck!
He kicks one of the cardboard boxes and some childhood clothes fall out. He starts to gather them up and put them back in the cardboard box.
Ask yourself if you're worthy of the name. Well, let's see, Father. In one day I was betrayed by John Brown, judged by you, and soon Alan and Daphne are going to come home and crucify me. So yes, I do think it suits me. One second thought, maybe I should wait until after we eat to tell them, enjoy my last supper and all.
He finishes repacking the childhood clothes and then notices another one of the cardboard boxes, one of which is more familiar. He reaches down, picks it up, and sets it on top of the others. It has the word Sue scrawled on the side. He opens the top of the cardboard box.
Well, hello there. It's been a long time, hasn't it?
He reaches into the cardboard box. He takes out his plush Winnie-the-Pooh and notices that his left leg is no longer attached.
Poor Pooh Bear, what happened?
He searches for his plush Winnie-the-Pooh's missing leg in the cardboard box. Ew!
I'm sorry.
He removes a piece of wrinkled paper from the box and looks at it.
I remembered this. This was the note I left for you all when my dad made me put you away. Look at that spelling. No wonder I had to take summer reading classes.
The voice of young Christopher Robin is heard.
My spelling is wobbly. It's good spelling, but it wobbles and the letters get in the wrong places. I was borderline retarded. Well, fellas, and Lady Kanga, all due respect, but I think this is hello and goodbye. I'm all grown up. And just as lonely and backwards as I ever was. What did you expect, Christopher Robin? Your entire childhood social circle was made up of a bear, a donkey, an owl, a rabbit, a piglet, 2 kangaroos, and a T-I-double-G-er. We did have fun, though. Was it really so strange?
Piglet enters gathering acorns unseen by Christopher Robin.
Some people talk to animals.
Not many people listen, though. That's the problem.
Christopher Robin casts a casual glance over at Piglet, freezes for just a moment, looks back at the cardboard box marked Sue, and then turns back to Piglet once again. Piglet stops, cocks his head, and studies Christopher Robin.
Christopher Robin?
Christopher Robin stumbles backwards, stunned, and knocks over the cardboard boxes.
It is you!
Christopher Robin scrambles to his feet. Piglet runs at him and throws his arms around Christopher Robin. Christopher Robin flails to escape.
It's you!
Let go!
Piglet releases him.
I knew you'd be back. The others said you wouldn't, but I knew. I told them I did. I said Christopher Robin will be back. You'll see. But they wouldn't listen to me. Oh, no.
That's it. I've lost my mind.
Oh, no. That's terrible. We should go find it. Do you remember when Eeyore lost his tail? Pooh went to ask Owl about it because if anyone knows anything about anything, it's Owl who knows something about something. And do you remember what happened? Do you, Christopher Robin? Owl had Eeyore's tail the whole time. He was using it as a bell rope. He came across it in the forest. It was hanging over a bush. Your mind could be on a bush, Christopher Robin.
My father's going to say the same thing.
Come on. Let's go. I'll help you find your house.
This isn't. I mean, I can't. What the fuck is going on?
Going on? You came the fuck back, Christopher Robin. You came the fuck back. The others said you wouldn't, but I knew. I told them I did. I said Christopher Robin will be the fuck back. You'll see, but they would. What's the matter, Christopher Robin? Aren't you happy to be the fuck back?
Piglet. Piglet? I shouldn't be seeing you.
Why not? You always had such a big imagination.
But I'm not a little kid anymore. I've grown up. And a 16-year-old isn't supposed to.
Oh, you're still our Christopher Robin. And even though you'd gone out with Baxon and were busy with Baxon, you didn't forget us.
Wait, whoa, hold on. Gone out with Baxon? Who's Baxon?
Your new friend. The one in your note.
Piglet taps the wrinkled piece of paper in Christopher Robin's hand.
He sure was lucky to have you, that Baxon. I wish I were him.
Gone out Baxon. Back soon. Bissy Baxon. Busy back soon. Well, it does say Baxon, but what I meant was Baxon isn't actually a... Sure, you read it the way I wrote it. Why wouldn't you? Oh. Okay. I get it.
Christopher Robin, are you all right?
Better. I figured out what's going on. You see, I'm not really here having this conversation.
You're not?
No, I'm in the garage. Buried under a pile of heavy boxes. This is a concussion. It has to be, courtesy of my skull kissing the concrete.
Piglet looks at Christopher Robin for a moment, scurries past him, and then exits in the direction from which Christopher Robin entered. After a moment, he re-enters, crosses to Christopher Robin, and looks at him innocently.
Nope.
Well, there has to be some reasonable... Got it. Suicide. I'm hanging in the house. And these are my last surreal thoughts as I run out of oxygen. Makes perfect sense. Help me check the closet for body. Since I was going to be dragged out of one anyway, that's exactly the kind of poetic "fuck you, world" I'd exit on. Classic Christopher Robin.
Piglet grabs Christopher Robin by the hand, pulling him eagerly in the direction from which Piglet first entered.
I can't wait to show you to the others!
Piglet exits running while dragging Christopher Robin behind him. Fade to black. Act 1, Scene 4. The lights rise on Rabbit, who's yelling off stage.
No, not just one more little smackerel for the road.
Piglet and Christopher Robin enter from the opposite side.
Rabbit, Rabbit, look who I found when I was gathering acorns. Look, Rabbit, look!
Piglet, you're just in time. Stand right here. I'm going to pour this over your head, and then you'd better run like hell. He eats everything else, so I'm hoping the smell of honey glazed ham will lure him out. Just don't go downhill. He may be big, but when those wheels start turning...
It's Christopher!
Better still, as far as I know, he's still your responsibility, so you get him out.
Who are you? What's that smell? Is that your hole, Rabbit?
Rabbit turns around in circles, trying to smell his own rear.
Rabbit hole. Warren.
Never knew your name was Warren.
Yes, Christopher Robin, it's mine. Even while packed wall to wall with 100-acre woods silly old shut-in.
Pooh?
A lot of it. All that food has to go somewhere. If anyone ever asks you, does a bear shit in the woods? You can draw them a map right to this spot.
No, I meant Winnie-the-Pooh.
He missed you so much. He hasn't been the same since you went away.
I missed him too.
More than me? Oh, please don't say more than me.
And even though I promised myself I'd never let him visit again after he got stuck the last time from eating too much honey and condensed milk, well, here we are.
How long has he been down there?
Long enough for the depression you put him in to turn what was once an endearing love of filling his tummy into a full-blown eating disorder. He inhaled everything that was edible, starting with my cupboards.
Cupboards aren't edible.
Did you think that's what I meant, Piglet? Did you? Did you think I meant he literally ate my cupboards? Do you? I'm sorry. It's the pressure. It's starting to get to me. A lot has been weighing on my mind.
That's okay, Warren.
Rabbit lunges at Piglet and grabs him by the throat. Christopher Robin in turn grabs Rabbit.
Rabbit, get a grip!
I'm happy with this one.
Christopher Robin pulls Rabbit away from Piglet.
It's my home, you know, mine. I'm not going to surrender my house like Piglet did when Owl's tree blew over. And about that, after you gave your house to Owl, you moved in with Pooh Bear, and he's been stuck here. You've had it all to yourself.
Well, what do you mean?
I mean, it's all just a little Pooh convenient. Maybe you two had this plan from the start. Yeah, he gets stuck in my house, forcing me out, and to make sure he can't leave, you keep bringing him more to eat, guaranteeing that each of you has a house of his very own.
Come on, Rabbit. Would it really be so hard to share? At least for now.
Sharing is for suckers and poor people.
Rabbit returns his attention to Piglet.
You are so selfish. You ever think about me? Me?
Well, that is to say, I didn't mean.
I'm on to you. This ends today.
He looks off in the direction of the rabbit hole.
I've taken my doors off its hinges and widened the hole. It should be big enough to get even him outside.
Rabbit turns back to Christopher Robin. Winnie-the-Pooh enters in a wheelchair from the direction of the rabbit hole. He has a blanket over his lap with a honey pot on top.
The hardest part was building a ramp that could support the...
Winnie-the-Pooh rolls over Rabbit's foot.
Wait! You did that on purpose!
Oh my God.
How can you see that and think there's a god?
Well, actually, never mind. Winnie-the-Pooh. Is that really you?
Then some. You've heard the term morbidly obese? Well, with diet and exercise, that would be his realistic goal weight.
Oh, bother. Piglet, I'm empty.
That's mine too!
What happened?
Isn't it obvious? He got fat.
Winnie-the-Pooh accidentally rolls over his wheelchair over Rabbit's foot again.
Stop it!
Oh, I wish I were fat. Then everyone would talk about me.
No, we wouldn't.
Who's there? It's awfully bright.
Yes, that would be the sun. The other thing out here that's big, yellow, and hard to look at.
Christopher Robin?
Yeah, it's me, Bear.
Thought so.
He doesn't see so well anymore. Owl thinks he caught a disease from teasing the bees.
You mean diabetes?
That's the one. Like Pooh always said, you never can tell with bees.
Piglet produces a pair of glasses. He hands them to Winnie-the-Pooh.
Ah, wisdom from the Tao of Pooh.
It was the sweets. Stay off the sweets.
Winnie-the-Pooh pulls back the blanket on his lap, revealing the empty space where his left leg used to be.
The sweets took my leg.
Actually, Eeyore took his leg.
It was his first time cutting someone else. The stitching's a little slipshod.
I would have said slapdash.
You look different.
You
Bigger.
You too.
Come a little closer.
Is that absolutely necessary?
Don't get too close. He'll devour anything in his path. It's like he's stuffed with locusts.
Rabbit, I forgot to mention that Piglet picked up the rest of your broccoli for me. You may want to go down and open the windows on the hillside.
You son of a...
He lunges at Piglet again, but this time, Christopher Robin catches him around the waist.
Christopher Robin, this bear could sure use a hug from his boy.
Winnie-the-Pooh closes his eyes in anticipation and opens his arms wide. Christopher Robin pushes Rabbit into them. Oblivious, Winnie-the-Pooh squeezes Rabbit tightly.
Ugh, it's like being pushed into a pile of mulch.
Look, this has been... Well, several words come to mind, but since this will probably be our last time I'll see you, let's go with nice. Yeah, that's politely vague. See, I have a lot to sort out before my parents come home, so I'd better get back to the house, which is no longer there for some inexplicable reason. What happened to my house?
Boy, if I had a carrot for every time I asked myself the same thing, Winnie the Goo over there would have eaten them all.
No, I could always see my house from here, from anywhere here, actually.
Not always. Don't you remember? When we used to play in the 100-acre wood, you only saw your house when it was time to go home, Christopher Robin. Well, maybe it's not time to go home yet. After all, you haven't seen the others.
Oh, no, I'm sure it's there. Somewhere. We didn't walk that far. I'll just start off in that direction and...
But what about the others? Well, Rabbit got to see you, and Pooh Bear got to see you. Well, in his own way, of course. And I got to see you, and the others, well, I know if I were them, I'd sure wish I were me.
Look, I've been gone for a while, okay? I'm not the little boy you remember, any of you.
But you're still...
Or Christopher Robin? No, I'm really not.
You're not?
No, I've changed.
Yeah, I don't recall a tie.
Yes. I mean, no, I've changed in a lot of ways. Like you've all changed. In all cases, it seems like it's been for the worst. I sure as hell don't want to see what's happened to the others.
But how have you changed?
I'm gay, alright?
All right.
That's it? Do you even know what it means?
Well, sure. You were always gay.
Wow. That's shockingly astute coming from a bipedal talking pig.
And I'm gay, and Pooh Bear's gay, and Eeyore... Well, Eeyore's never been very gay, but everything else has always been gay here in the 100-acre wood.
No, gay. It means I like boys.
I like boys.
Me too.
I especially like little boys.
Oh, this is going to a dark place.
He's trying to tell you that he's a fag.
Who?
Please, I knew it since you were 6.
Oh, I wish I were a fag.
You really don't. I always felt safe here with all of you. Even when I was afraid of Dad's heffalumps and woozles. Piglet and Pooh made a game of hunting them. But it's so different out there. Especially for those who are different. I've done pretty well, all things considered. I've stood up for myself, but I can't always be myself. And now I'm afraid again. For the first time since I was little, I'm really, truly afraid. I don't think I could have said that to anyone else.
Afraid of being a fag?
Shame on me for thinking that was funny. No, afraid of what Alan and Daphne, of what my parents will think about having a son who's, well...
A fag?
Yeah. Yeah.
Fade to black. Act 1, scene 5. Before the lights rise, a heavy iron door is heard unlocking and then creaking as it slowly opens. The lights rise to a dim, atmospheric level. There is a single downlight on stage. Woozle is sitting in the center of it, head down. He is bound in a straitjacket. Heffalump enters hesitantly. He is wearing baggy clothing, better suited for a larger individual. He speaks in a low, apprehensive tone.
Who's? Is that you?
The first and the worst, if not the one and only.
Yeah. About that, the others. They well, they sort of. Well, the fact is, we are the only.
We?
Yeah. Yeah, we. Don't you remember, Woos? It's me, Heffalump.
Effalump? No. Little thing like you're not even half a lump.
Yeah, but I was bigger, Woos, much bigger. But I'm starving away to nothing. 10 years is a long time to go without a decent meal. I never stopped looking for you, though. No, sir.
And yet here I sat, haven't budged a bit. Wait,
Well,
you just said 10?
The kid's mind is a big place.
Did you say?
It's getting like more and more complicated.
10?
Right? There's always some new like twist and turn. He's got more memories now too. They were buried deep, my friend. Oh. And his ego. Oh, woos! The mouth on him. You'd never even know he was the same.
10 years?
Give or take. See, he was 6. Yeah, he was 6 when his mom and dad told him that we weren't real, and so there was no reason to be afraid of us. Now he's 16.
Give or take. The only thing I was given was solitary confinement. 10 years of my life were taken away from me.
Well, it was no picnic out here either, Woos. The kids stopped being scared of us, the heffalumps and the woozles. Or is it whizzles? I can never remember. Anyhow, he started running out of fear to feel. Pretty soon there was nothing left to eat. Well, except for each other. Now that I think about it, it was a picnic of sorts.
You ate them?
Yeah.
To save your own hide.
I was the biggest.
I'd have done the same. You're just full of surprises.
But I'm not, Woos, or anything else for that matter. I knew before long I'd start wasting away again. And that's when I thought of you. My buddy, the big dog, Weasel, Woozle. But not just a Woozle, the Woozle. The Woozle of all Woozles. Or is it Whistles? I can never remember. Wait, the one so bad that he was locked up deep in this kid's subconscious, because there's some fears you just carry around with you forever. This place looks like a loony bin. Oh, I gotcha. I thought you had your shirt on backwards. I mean, what do I know about fashion, right?
Of course it's a loony bin. Where else would you put an irrational fear?
Well,
now why are you here?
Why? Well, geez, I kind of forgot why I was here.
You told me you ate the others, and then you came here, and now you're trying to tell me that I'm not scary enough? Or am I too scary? What?
No. You're the only one that could scare me so bad it would make me piss my pants.
What is going on?
I'm not sure what's going on, but whatever it is, it's big. See, the kid, well, he's just not afraid of anything. He can't be intimidated. He goes through life, rebellious, smart-ass remark for everything. The only way I survived long enough to find you was by living off the emotional scraps here and there. A stray doubt, an odd worry. But those are just peanuts. He doesn't even care enough to have test anxiety in school. But now there's something brewing out there. Doors are opening up all over the place, including that one, your door, Woos. And why? Because he's not just nervous anymore.
He's fucking terrified.
Yeah. See, I was thinking, I had the idea we should get together, the two of us.
Hey. 10 years isn't long enough. Now keep your trunk to yourself.
Not what I meant, but noted. No, we should get together, the two of us, platonically, and give him something to really be afraid of. Feed me woos. Make me big again. Huge! I want scraps for supper and dread for dessert, just like the bad old days.
I'd be free.
And I'd be full. To the bad old days?
And the worst one's ahead.
Now, did I come in from the left or the right?
Hey. 10 years?
Give or take.
Avalump turns back around to look off stage, as if peering through the cell door. Fade to black. Act 1, Scene 6. The lights rise on Eeyore, who is sitting on the ground, chewing thistles, inside a crudely constructed dwelling made of sticks. There is a sloppy painted sign on top of the door which reads, "Fuck off." Piglet, Christopher Robin, and Winnie-the-Pooh enter.
You'll see, Christopher Robin, you'll see. We'll go and ask Owl. If anyone knows anything about anything, it's Owl who knows something about something. He'll figure out what happened to your house.
Maybe Pooh and Piglet took it apart and put it back together on the other side of the wood. That's what they did to mine. Then they tried to gaslight me to make me think I was fucking crazy. I wouldn't trust them if I were you. I wouldn't trust anyone.
You're looking, well, what have you been up to?
43 consecutive cuts without losing consciousness. You should see it. It's impressive.
Eeyore, Christopher Robin came back.
Why?
It wasn't exactly by choice.
Pooh and Rabbit and Christopher Robin and I thought that we should go.
I wasn't talking to you, Piglet. I don't like you. Nobody likes you.
No, that's not true, Piglet. I like you. Pooh Bear likes you.
Rabbit enters carrying Eeyore's tail.
Rabbit likes you.
Don't speak for Rabbit. And Pooh? Pooh needs him.
Well, there you go. It's nice to be needed, right?
He brings me honey. Somebody has to. I can't get it myself on account of the sweets. The sweets took my leg.
That's quite a pickle.
Oh, thanks. I haven't seen it in years.
Nobody likes me?
No.
Eh.
Like honey.
What's not to like?
Oh, what do you like best about me?
Well, you're energetic. You certainly have a zest for life.
Life. Life is a fathomless, soul-sucking abyss, completely devoid of purpose and meaning.
Well, you're just a little ball of sunshine, aren't you?
Did you hear what Christopher Robin said? Did you hear? He said I'm zesty.
So are pork chops.
What's that, Rabbit?
Nothing.
It looked like a tail.
What, this? No, this is, a bell rope. Yep, a rope, for a bell. It was hanging
Over
a bush.
It's Eeyore's tail.
It's mine.
Not anymore.
You lost it? Again? I do that.
Rabbit, give Eeyore his tail back.
I found it. I should get to keep it. I'm starting a collection.
You are not.
I am. I have at least 2 already. See?
Rabbit turns around and wiggles his behind.
And I'd take care of it. I wouldn't lose it. He's just going to keep cutting it off.
I do that.
Give it to Piglet. He'll help Eeyore put it back on.
Fine. But if I find it again, it's going right home with me where no one can take it.
That's the home with no front door, right? I just wanted to make sure we're on the same page.
Rabbit hands the tail over to Piglet.
I can't, Christopher Robin. Eeyore says he doesn't like me.
Well, maybe he will if you help him with the tail.
I won't.
Yes, but maybe if you do a really good job.
No, I really won't.
No, do you think he,
Oh, for Christ's sake, stop whining and just do it.
Eeyore climbs out of his crudely constructed dwelling, made of sticks, and stands up. Piglet crosses to Eeyore with his tail in his hand.
Go on, pin the tail on that donkey.
If you could just turn around.
Piglet crosses behind Eeyore and begins to fasten the tail onto his rear with a safety pin.
Oh, that hurts.
Piglet pulls back quickly. The tail is still in his hand.
I didn't say stop.
Piglet begins again, positioning his pelvis right behind Eeyore's rear. His hand is down low as if trying to pin the tail onto him. He's thrust awkwardly.
Oh, yeah, I want to feel that little prick.
Piglet bends Eeyore forward to gain better leverage. He begins to thrust again with the tail still unsuccessfully attached.
Push it in hard. Don't hold back.
The voice of Tigger is heard from off stage.
That's it. Give it to him. He's begging for it. Fuck yeah.
Piglet manages to attach the tail loosely. Christopher Robin pulls Piglet away.
Thank you, Piglet. That's good enough for...
Tigger enters bouncing, tackles Christopher Robin playfully, and then pins Christopher Robin to the ground on his back.
Ow!
Well, hello, kitty. The name's Tigger. T-I double G.
And Tigger's a rapist. Why am I not surprised?
You smell familiar.
Tigger, it's Christopher Robin.
Whoa. I mean, whoa. Flat, but you got a cute face. A solid 7. I'd nail ya.
I'm a boy.
Want to be a man?
Tigger!
Hey, I'll scratch that post. Just two bros bonding over a handy. Doesn't have to get weird. Unless you wanted to.
Get off!
That's the idea.
Christopher Robin tries to sit up. Tigger instinctually forces him back down.
Go ahead, scream. We're miles from where anyone can hear you.
We're standing right here, you moron.
Huh? Oh, sorry. Force of habit. Sometimes I get a little wild, CR. You should catch me on a Saturday night. Couple lines of nip, and old Tigger's ready to bounce some ass. Speaking of which, respect to the other white meat.
He slaps Piglet hard on the back.
I saw you porking the pouty pinata. How was it, candy ass?
Eeyore checks his tail and turns to Christopher Robin.
You didn't even let him finish.
Isn't that just the worst?
I think it'll hold for now.
I needed that. It's the pain, the thing that makes everything real. For a while, at least.
That is deeply disturbing. Not exactly something you'd find in an old fortune cookie.
I could sure go for a cookie. Piglet, where are my cookies?
Winnie-the-Pooh begins desperately searching his wheelchair. Piglet crosses to help him and produces a bag of cookies from a pouch on Winnie-the-Pooh's wheelchair. Eeyore notices Christopher Robin staring at him.
What?
Nothing. I I was just thinking about how brooding and damaged you are, and how incredibly sexy I would find it if you weren't, imaginary and a donkey.
Go for it. Who are we gonna tell? Winnie the shit in the 100-acre hood. How's the leg?
Fine.
That's why I keep a spare in the middle. Get it? Spare leg. I really mean my Tigger trigger, always ready for a bang. Pretty sensitive though. It's gone off in my hand more than once.
Pooh's leg's just one step ahead of us all on our inevitable path to oblivion. What does it matter if we go piece by piece or all at once? In the end, everything will be complete. Complete darkness.
You've got a tongue meant for poetry, my friend. Me? My tongue's meant for...
You have an off switch.
Sure do, Rabbit, but it's stuck in the on position. You don't like me, do you?
How can I respond to that? You never take no for an answer.
Burn! Come on, that was a good one.
Tigger!
See? Even the little cutlet likes me. You're too uptight. You need to get laid. Even someone with a hair lip can find some tail.
Rabbit found some tail this afternoon, but he lost it to Eeyore.
Damn! The donkey in stitches is a burrowing the bitches. They're lining up for a canyon ride. And you're just a bitter bunny who's about to get bounced.
Christopher Robin exits. Winnie-the-Pooh follows. As he reaches Eeyore, he stops.
Coming, Eeyore.
I don't go for walks.
Yeah, me neither.
Winnie-the-Pooh exits. Eeyore follows him.
We shouldn't be fighting. We need to see Owl.
Piglet exits behind Winnie-the-Pooh and Eeyore.
Sorry, Sausage, but we may just have a little problem here. I mean, if Rabbit was bigger and fatter and stronger, or bigger than Tigger, if Tigger was smaller, then Tigger's bad habit of bouncing at Rabbit would matter no longer. If Rabbit was taller.
Tigger pulls Rabbit in close.
But Tigger
is bigger?
Nah, I'm just fucking with you. I'm just fucking with them, guys.
He turns with his arm still around Rabbit. When he notices that they have been left behind, he releases Rabbit.
Guys, wait up. I want to come. I always do.
Rabbit hurries off after them.
Unless any of you want to go back to my place and watch Sluts with Nuts 3. God, I love squirrel porn.
Tigger bounces off after them. Fade to black. Act 1, Scene 7. The lights rise on Roo, practicing his kickboxing techniques. His back is to the audience. The voice of Kanga is heard from calling off stage.
Did you take your extracted malt, dear?
Built up, Mum. We don't need any of your strengthening medicine. Besides, it makes me want to choke.
But dear,
I said belt up before I kick fuck someone's skull.
All right, easy on now. Save it for the ring, dear.
Piglet enters. He does not notice Roo, and Roo does not notice him.
It's this way. Owl's house is this way. I know, because it used to be my house.
Christopher Robin enters. Tigger is bouncing around him obnoxiously. They are followed by Winnie-the-Pooh and Eeyore, who is still riding on the back of his wheelchair. None of them notice Rue either, and he does not notice them.
So I said to her, CR, I said, listen, honey.
Honey?
I said, listen, to me, underage just means oldest on top.
Oh, you're in some kind of fraternity.
Sure am. Tau Iota Gamma. And there's always a party at the Tigger house. What can I say? The wonderful thing about Tiggers is we're fun.
No, the wonderful thing about Tiggers is he's the only one. It's all in his head.
I know the feeling.
You should swing by sometime, CR. Think about it. Bruise, blow, a lot of horny frat cats. You're still pretty and we're not picky.
I'm 16 years old. Oh yeah, and everything else that's wrong with what you just said.
Hey kid, underage.
Oldest on top, I'll remember. And I'll stitch it into a stapler if I ever get home.
I'm trying to concentrate over here, and I can't with some randy drongos going on about getting a root.
Rue turns to face Christopher Robin, Piglet, Rabbit, Winnie-the-Pooh, Eeyore, and Tigger.
Oh, what's wrong, baby Roo? Are we pestering my favorite kickboxing boomer? We're just passing through. Don't get the shits.
It was ripper to see you, mate. You know you're my Tigger.
They bump chests.
Ah, and Pooh Bear. I see you're still fat as a boarding house pudding.
I like pudding.
So where are you headed?
We're on our way to see Owl.
Is that right?
Yeah, and we're hoping you can help me get home and give Piglet some self-esteem and Rabbit a new front door and Pooh a lifetime supply of insulin and prescribe antidepressants for Eeyore and have the charges against Tigger dropped.
What charges?
Oh, there've got to be charges.
Who's the Sheila?
Don't you recognize CR?
Christopher Robin.
I know, right?
Voice of Kanga is heard calling from off stage.
Who's out there, dear? Do we have company?
Why bother visiting? It only breeds false hope in the lonely, which is just cruel if you ask me.
Ooh, Mom's home.
No.
Why? She's a total kilf. And I bet it's been a while since anyone's gone down under.
Mate.
Thanks, but I'd make a lousy dad. Besides, you really want to litter a freaky little tiggeroos bouncing around?
You're talking about my mum.
Would they like to stay for tea?
Kinda, you slag. I'm just chewing the fat with Tigger.
Kanga enters. She has a black eye.
Tigger, dear, it's so nice of you to drop, boy.
Yeah.
Mum, get back in the house. We're not here to see.
Oh, look, you've all come to spare me days as I live and breathe.
Not for long.
Is that our little Christopher Robin?
Not so little anymore, but yes.
You've grown into a handsome young thing, haven't you? Just like my Joey. Joe? Joseph.
Too far.
Joe! I'm so proud of him. Champion kickboxer, you know. I always said, take your medicine for breakfast, dinner, and tea, and you'll grow up big and strong.
And with every spoonful, I want to behave.
Did you ever consider cutting back? He's probably about as big as he's going to get. One would hope.
Nonsense. My extractor malt is what makes him such a walloper, though it has made him just a little aggro. Who wants bickies?
Biggies? Oh, I love whatever that is. I'll take a plate, or a cup, or a bowl, however it comes.
Kinga, your eye, what happened?
Boomerang?
Boomerang?
Yeah, boomerang. Well, not a boomerang. We was tossing around my old boomerang behind the house. Just playing's all. Right, Mum?
That's right. Just playing us all.
And Mum here, stupid cow as she is, forgot I come back. Now she's got a blinker.
Oh, we've got a blinker.
Mum. Mum!
Yes, dear.
Bickies?
Bickies? Oh, yes, of course, Bickies. And tea. We must have tea as well.
Thanks, Kinga, but we don't have time for...
I want tea and Bickies!
Correction, not just down under. I'd explore the outback too.
Yeah, I wouldn't mind getting my head stuck in her honey pot.
Christ!
Don't be jealous, baby Roo. There's always room on my dick for you. See? Right there. Right on the tip. That's all yours.
Step back for a clobber, you poofter.
Look, guys, as ironic an experience as it would be for a poofter like myself to watch one of my imaginary friends commit a hate crime against another, apparently I need to see this whole farce through to the end and talk to Owl, so he can be of no help whatsoever, leaving me no better off than I am at the beginning of this nightmare, okay?
Well, you're not far now. He lives just over there. Wait. Did he just say he was a...
Try to catch up.
At least you're finally starting to see just how pointless life's journeys are, and that everyone ends up the same way, with a disappointing lack of answers and fulfillment.
You've been gloomy since I've known you, but this is just grave. Don't you have anything to be happy about? Look forward to? Be proud of? Wait, what about your record? 42.
3 consecutive cuts without losing consciousness.
Yeah, there you go. That's certainly something to be proud of, I guess.
It's something to do while I wait out the clock. But pride, what good is pride when you're dead?
Owl enters in an inebriated flourish.
Glory days, past, oh yes, but never forgotten. I was the single greatest thespian to ever moult upon the branch.
Owl looks over at Christopher Robin, Piglet, Rabbit, Winnie-the-Pooh, Eeyore, Tigger, and Roo, but shows no sign of recognition.
I suffer from premature feather loss, of which I hold no shame. It is, after all, hereditary.
Ah, I get it. Alcoholic. Punny. But clever. How can this possibly be anything but helpful? And who am I talking to?
Owl turns away from them, looks casually about, turns back, and then sees them, at last, with a sense of actual recognition, as if they have spontaneously appeared.
Fellows, welcome, welcome. Have you come to see me perform?
Hello, Owl. Actually, no. No, we didn't. That is, we did come to see you. Not all of us voluntarily. We just didn't come to see you perform.
And why, might be one so bold to ask, is that? If you have more pressing matters to attend to elsewhere, I recommend that you do so post-haste and make room for those who truly appreciate my masterful execution of the craft.
You are absolutely correct. And as I now recognize my error, my leaving will prevent it from becoming a full-blown mistake.
Go ahead.
It might be more productive if I just started walking that way.
Ask him.
I mean, it's called the 100-Acre Woods, but 100 acres is like... Okay, well, I'm terrible at math, but it's way under a mile.
Oh, for Christ's sake, stop whining and just do it! Oh, I don't know where that came from.
Owl, was encouraged to come and ask if you knew how I might go about finding my house. Nope, didn't think so. Thanks anyways, and standing O for the monologue. I've never seen a portrayal of narcissistic raptor with a chemical dependency issue quite like it.
Oh, why, thank you, my dear, dear boy. Though technically owls are not raptors. We belong to the order Strigiforms. Yes. However, if you mean a bird who is a predator with a hooked bill for tearing flesh and strong piercing claws for grabbing and holding prey, then the description is apt. Wait, just a moment. It stirs from deep within. And now, yes, now, that precious period between then and soon, it rises, rises, rises so that it may reveal itself.
And at your age, too. Good for you.
It is memory of which I speak, you filthy feline. And for want of remedy to quell the pain of the longing, a profound longing for the triumph and renown of which I was once quite familiar, I turned to this, as many have before, an ambrosia to anesthetize the soul, a spirit to numb the spirit, this liquid vice.
So booze.
Precisely.
I never drink.
Really?
Yes, really. I wasn't willing to take the risk.
Addiction?
Enjoyment.
You do know it's a depressant, right?
And I'd enjoy that.
Another big pickle.
Eeyore, I got one too.
Oh, I wish somebody would give me a big pickle.
Oh, finally. I was starting to think this orgy wasn't going to happen. Go get Mom.
Well, Eeyore, what can I say? Your slavish devotion to a joyless existence rivals the Amish. See, that's two things to be proud of.
Oh, heed not the barbs and ridicule of these your cohorts, my morose mule.
I'm a despondent donkey.
Hold steady your noble course, and avoid potations such as this, for though they may deaden the ache of bittersweet reminiscence, they also drown happy summer days spent with a blithe, frolicsome youth, so very full of life.
Life. Life is a fathomless, soul-sucking abyss, completely devoid of purpose and meaning.
That, my bleak beast of burden, is what is known as a dramatic pause. Do not presume to fill it with your gloom. Oh, that was good. That was very good. I should write it down. But of course, I know you, Christopher Robin, the maker. And I beg for clemency, as this binging bird in his frailty followed the lure of licentiousness, and the price was a terrible one indeed, for it robbed me of your sweet visage and whisked it away beyond the reach of remembrance until now.
Fuck.
We got a drink with him.
Owl, I'm flattered, I am. But, well, how should I put this so you'll understand? My place of residence hath vanished, This spectacle has everything but what I actually needed from you. Answers. My situation has not improved as predicted. And now, for the last time, I'm going to turn in this direction and start walking. What the? Wait! Owl, can't you just fly up and see if you can spot my house? Happy? Oh, this may have not been a complete waste of time after all. Come on now, up you go. What? What's wrong? You can still fly, can't you?
Not legally.
Excuse me?
Oh, it's not me, mind you. It would be my great pleasure to assist you in any way possible. The FAA, however.
The FAA?
Foul Aviation Administration. They deemed me unfit to fly and revoked my license. I'm, as they say in the more vulgar parlance, grounded. Apparently, I can't hold my liquor.
What? Did you fly into a tree or something?
No, I literally can't hold my liquor. Dropped a half-full bottle mid-flight, killed a raccoon. And though you might think, as I did, the demise of one of nature's masked miscreants would pass without scandal, his widow was most unforgiving.
Without a single word, Christopher Robin nods slightly while he looks around at Piglet, Rabbit, Winnie-the-Pooh, Eeyore, Tigger, Roo, and Owl.
So long, you twisted fucks. It's been hell.
Ha ha! Hell, well paid, young man. I know what you want. You'd like to hear something a little more tenebrous, a piece with claws, as it were. A classic. Yes. Shakespeare, I think. Yes, the bird himself.
The lights begin to dim and become more atmospheric.
The owl shrieked at thy birth. In evil sign, the night crow cried, aboding luckless time. Dogs howled, and hideous tempests shook down trees. The raven rooked her on the chimney's top, and chattering bays in dismal discord sung.
Lightning flashes and a roll of thunder is heard.
My God, I'm brilliant.
The voice of Woozle is heard echoing ominously from all around them.
Oh, thank badness. I haven't missed the reunion after all. My invitation must have gotten lost in the mail. I mean, what would a 100-acre homecoming be without Woozle?
The voice of Heffalump is heard.
Plus me makes Toozle.
Kinga enters cheerfully. She is carrying a tray with a basket of biscuits on it. They're covered by a cloth napkin.
Tea's on. Anyone for bickies?
Lightning flashes and a roll of thunder is heard. Without missing a beat, Kinga makes a U-turn.
No.
She trails off as she exits in the same direction she entered. Fade to black. End of Act 1, curtain. Act 2, scene 1. Before the lights rise, the voice of Heffalump is heard echoing in the blackout.
Creatures of the 100-acre woods, please put your hooves, paws, and wings together for that villainous vermin in his first public appearance since escaping his cell. His brain cell, in the Christopher Robin Institution for the Imaginary and Insane. The first, the worst, and now the one and only Woozle.
The lights rise to the same dim, more atmospheric level as at the end of Act 1, Woozle enters in a flourish.
I am back! Oh! Well, hello there, Warden. Long time no scream.
Woozle.
That's right, and here I thought you forgot all about me. You do remember after all. Then again, why not? I was just as important to your childhood as any of them.
Me too.
Heffalump.
On the trunk, kiddo. I'm touched.
Be next!
And just look at this pathetic pack of plush perversions. If this is what your nasty little teenage imagination did to your snuggly wuggly friends, well, then the mystery of my unexpected parole and newfound vitality is, well, it's all but solved. You made me worse too, and unlike them for Woozle, worse is better.
He taps Christopher Robin sharply on the nose with the claw on his index finger.
But that particular fear, the one who sent alone was strong enough for us to follow it up and out. It's completely new. You know, I can't put my claw on it. Do tell.
Hey, Woos. He sure did a number on them, didn't he?
That he did, Mr. Heffalump. That he did.
But I didn't do anything.
Come on. Credit where credit is due. Though even by my standards, what you've done to your playmates here, well, it's just a sin.
Sin?
A taboo, Tigger.
Hey, I'm dyslexic. I thought she was yelling on!
Lust.
A raging rue.
I have never kicked a bloke who wasn't asking for it.
Just thought Kangaroo looked like fun. It wasn't.
We did try to warn you, dear.
Is that true, Baby Roo? Did you beat the meat?
Wrath.
An overbearing owl.
I will have you know, sir, that for one as great as I, humility's a lie. Oh, that was good. That was very good. I should write that down.
Pride.
Hey, Woos. Woos. Let me do one.
Go ahead.
Heffalump crosses to Eeyore.
Okay. Let me think. He's unhappy. He's glum. He's dreary. I can do this. Just let me check my thesaurus. A, B, C. Oh my.
Hey, Heffalump, your head fell off.
It's get off. Look, there's no good synonyms that begin with E. Wait, I got it. Melancholy, huh?
I'm not melancholy. I'm a fictional realist. Time plods on and on for us in this purgatory, whether I smile or not. So why exert myself? And Equicide, what's the point? No matter how much stuffing I lose, I can't seem to die.
Sloth.
What a downer. He sucked the fun right out of it.
I do that.
A rapacious rabbit, and of course, the last two.
Wait just a minute. They all got to say something. I want my turn. Fair is fair. I deserve to have my time just as much as any of them.
The floor is yours.
Really? Thanks. You all heard him.
He drops flat onto his stomach and spreads his arms and legs wide, hugging the floor beneath him.
It's mine.
Read.
Woozle crosses to Piglet and Winnie-the-Pooh.
As I was saying, we've come to the last two in this miserable menagerie. Pig and, well, Big. Oh!
Envy and... I'm sorry, Pooh Bear.
Hello, Edward. It's been a while, although I've seen more of you today than I ever have. How did you ever manage to track us?
and put us away.
Piglet hides behind Winnie-the-Pooh's wheelchair.
Oh, the shame of being caught by this bloated Bruin and his porky pal.
Woozy gives Rabbit a sharp kick in the side.
Get the fuck up.
Rabbit springs to his feet and scrambles away.
I'm an idiot. All 7 right here in front of me. Okay, fine. I'll play along. What is it then? A life lesson? Am I stuck here to have some great revelation or to become a better person? Is Tigger the ghost of herpes past?
Yeah, I'm pretty sure I'm clean.
You're right. You are an idiot. Look at them. You made them in your innocence, in your own image. And as you grew and changed, they changed right along with you. Don't you get it yet? What you are to them? They worship you. Always have. And even after all that you've done to them in your mysterious ways, they are still quite devout.
Owl, he called me the Maker.
And so you are, my boy, so you are. But you two evil brutes have bedeviled the wood long enough. Begone!
Heffalump grabs Piglet.
Hey, Woos, I might be losing it, but I thought that was poultry.
He pokes at Owl.
And this was the ham.
He sees Piglet and laughs.
Ham? Ham is it? I'll have you know that
the curtain's down. Now shut your beak. A mask of confidence which belies the insecurity beneath. Sound familiar?
Heffalump tosses Piglet on the ground in front of him.
And your other friends, what of them? My partner and I are clearly...
Woos. Oh, and there I thought I was more of a henchulump or a heffalack.
Not now. My henchulump and I are clearly outnumbered, and yet not one of you will stand up to us. Well, or those who can, I mean. Now, why is that, I wonder?
They're too afraid because you are. Even the tough guys over there.
Oh, what's wrong, Roo? We're picking on you, Christopher Robin. Doesn't that make you angry?
Well, maybe we can all just sit down and discuss this over tea and Bickies.
I'm a few bickies short, dear.
Don't I know it?
And what is this? I think the donkey is feeling something too.
Not even a little bit.
Why do I keep picking on this one? He sucks the fun right out of it.
I do that.
Now, why don't you tell me what tasty little terror seems to be causing you such distress?
Winnie-the-Pooh positions his wheelchair in front of Christopher Robin.
Leave my boy alone.
Let me guess. You won't stand for it.
I made that joke already.
Sorry, Woos.
That's noble of you, Edward. Even in your current disgusting state, you're still a true friend. But if I were you, I'd think, and be a very wary bear.
Winnie-the-Pooh leans forward and lets out a deafening roar. Woozle and Heffalump stumble backward, and the others covered her ears. Christopher Robin exits running. Blackout. Act 2, Scene 2. Toot-toot! Before the lights rise, the voice of Mrs. Milne and the voice of Mr. Milne, the voice of Father Shepherd, and the voice of Piglet are heard echoing in the darkness.
Just a boy.
Who acts like a little girl. Girl.
You were always gay.
You care to explain this behavior of yours to them before then? You still have the weekend to do so. Do so, do so.
I'll set that boy straight. Straight, straight, straight.
The word straight echoes several times as the lights rise to the same dim, more atmospheric level as in the same Act 2, Scene 1. The voice of Mr. Milne fades out as Christopher Robin enters, running, and then collapses to his knees. Woozle enters.
And we have our answer at last. Our Chrissy is a sissy.
And he's afraid of what Mommy and Daddy are gonna think.
Perhaps a little preview is in order?
A sample.
An appetizer. If you'd be so unkind.
But of course. Bonjour, Mr. Woozle. I am your waiter, Heifer Leon. May I recommend today's special, a mother's denial.
The recorded voice of Hefflump in her formal role as Mrs. Milne is heard echoing all around them.
A boy your age is still going through a lot of changes, sweetheart. Maybe these feelings you say you're having will pass. I mean, I'm sure you're not. Well, you can't be like that.
I'm sorry, Mom, but it's true.
Oh, that was delicious.
I'm delighted to hear you enjoyed it, monsieur.
Oh, what else would you recommend?
That the chef should wash his hands?
I meant on the menu. What is your favorite dish?
Mine, monsieur. Well, there are so many. But if I had to choose, I suppose I would say a father's denial.
Now, is that the one that's made with...
The recorded voice of Woozle in his former role of Mr. Milne is heard echoing all around them.
So that's it? You're gay. That's all there is to it. My son wants to go out and skip down the sidewalk, hand in hand with another boy. No. I don't know what's going on with you, Chris, and I don't want to know. Whatever this is, it's over. Now. Maybe, if we're lucky, we'll be able to show our faces in church again in a year or two.
It's just who I am. Please try to understand. It's still me, Dad. The same me I've always been.
Ah, yes. An entree with some bite, which can often lead to heartburn. What's next on the bill of fare? I am still hungry, and I'm not going to stop eating until I got a big old fear belly.
My friend, please, pace yourself. Take time to enjoy it. There's plenty for us both. Our young savior here will provide. Well, maybe just one more little... Oh, what does Edward call it? Smackerel? Before we head back to tell them all about the new order of things.
Winnie-the-Pooh enters in his wheelchair with Piglet. Woozle sees them and crosses to Christopher Robin.
Pooh Bear and Piglet, I have news. And I can't express just how happy I am that you'll be the first to hear. I've decided to invest in some real estate. About 100 acres.
Give or take.
Of course, it will need a little development to suit my personal tastes, but luckily, my landscaper is quite imaginative. Now, this is where it gets a little awkward. You see, you and yours are lowering the value of my newly acquired property, and well, does anybody want a Tigger in their neighborhood? Consider this your notice. Oh, and if relocating is a hardship, I know of at least one quaint little vacancy that I'd be more than happy to squeeze you all into. It's just become available after, 10 years? Oh!
Mom and Dad are going to hate me, Bear. When they hear it, they're going to hate me. I can't go back. I can't ever go back.
Hate you?
The things they said.
No, The things you imagine, they'd say.
You always had such a big imagination.
Maybe they will understand. Maybe they won't. Maybe they won't, but we'll try. You don't know for sure, but that's why you're afraid. Don't give in to it. Don't try to hide. Give them a chance to speak for themselves. You can't stay in your corner of the forest waiting for others to come to you. You have to go to them sometimes. And remember, you're braver than you believe, and stronger than you see, and smarter than you think.
And hotter than you know.
Tigger!
What? Just wanted to be part of the moment. Tigger out.
Did you really mean all of that, Pooh?
Look, kid, my sugar's low. If anything I've said made sense, just run with it, okay?
Those were very inspiring words, Edward. I'm glad to see there's more to you than just convenient parking. But a fact's a fact, and the boy is still scared.
That's true, but not as much as I was.
The lights begin to slowly rise to establish the return of the sun.
Pooh Bear's right. I am strong.
Yeah? Well, what about Alan and Daphne? Don't you care what they'll think anymore?
Christopher Robin steps towards Heffalump.
Of course I do. But you know what? If parents can't stop imagining their kids having sex, no matter who it's with, well, they're the ones who are fucked up, not us.
Woos, it's been fun. Let's do it again in 10 years, okay?
Coward, I'll eat your fear next. Well, he who frights and runs away, I suppose we'll call this retreat for now.
Woozle turns to exit and runs face first into Rue and Kenga.
Oh, shit. Mr. Rue, how about that cup of tea?
Woozle places his hand on Rue's arm. Kenga steps forward.
Get your hand off my son before I break your neck.
Woozle quickly retreats his hand and backs away. He then turns to flee in another direction and then runs into Tigger.
Does anybody want a Tigger in the neighborhood?
I would. Yeah, sure. I love you people.
They say the people who are the most dangerous are the ones who have nothing to lose.
Woozle turns to flee in another direction and runs into Rabbit.
Do you like gardens, Woozle?
Why, yes. Yes, I do. Very much so.
Good. Then we'll bury you in mine.
Woozle steps back, and Rabbit, Eeyore, Tigger, Roo, and Kenga begin to close in around him. Heffalump is heard screaming from off stage. He enters backward from the direction he exited. He has a stick in his hand, and he's dueling with Owl, who is swinging his gentleman's walking stick.
He's not an owl! He's a raven! Lunatic!
Have at thee, Hellion! I shall, for once, take joy in the casting of another into perdition's flame!
It wasn't me! It was the weasel!
Woozle!
Whatever! Look, this is all just for some dramatic effect, right? To teach us a lesson.
Oh no, I've killed before, and I liked it.
Owl disarms Heffalump and forces him backward into Woozle by thrusting the tip of his gentleman's walking stick.
Traitor.
Sorry.
I'd have done the same.
Rabbit, Eeyore, Tigger, Roo, Kenga, and Owl all close in on Heffalump and Woozle. Piglet and Winnie-the-Pooh begin to cross as well. After a moment, Heffalump and Woozle cannot be seen through the crowd.
You can't do this! We did our job! We protected him!
Wait!
Piglet and Winnie-the-Pooh stop crossing. Rabbit, Eeyore, Tigger, Roo, Kenga, and Owl cease their attack.
What do you mean?
Woozle forces his way in between Christopher Robin's friends and falls to his knees.
We protected you, see?
Woozle grabs Christopher Robin's hands and holds them up.
All 10 digits. We were imagined to scare the children in your family away from the things that could hurt them for real. From father to father to father. Each generation keeps us alive. We're your legacy, but we need fear to survive. It's just who I am. Please try to understand.
That was low.
Well, did it, White?
Yes. But I'm not going to feed you anymore, even in the unlikely event that there are kids in my future. I hear that scaring the hell out of them might have long-term effects.
But what about us? We're the last of our kind. We'll go extinct, like the Jaguars.
Can it be anyone?
Well, yeah.
Any fear.
The deeper, the better.
Then make room, boys.
Christopher Robin pats Woozle on the stomach.
Because I know someone who will believe in anything.
Fade to black. Act 2, Scene 3. The lights rise once again on the backyard of the Milne family, which appears exactly as it did in Act 1, Scene 3. Christopher Robin is standing with his friends.
Dorothy was right. There's no place like it. Bye, Rabbit. I'm glad you got your house back, too.
Are you? You've always been close with the bear and the pig. So I wonder.
Rabbit begins to exit, stops, fires a sharp, paranoid glance at Christopher Robin, and exits. Christopher Robin crosses to Eeyore.
Eeyore?
What?
If it helps, things will probably only get worse from here.
It does. Thanks.
Eeyore turns and exits. Christopher Robin suddenly admires his rear as he goes. Tigger crosses to Christopher Robin and throws his arms around him.
It's been fun, CR. We'll have to do it again sometime. Don't wear anything complicated.
Tigger smacks Christopher Robin on the rear and bounds off. Christopher Robin crosses to Roo and Kanga.
Oh, how we're going to miss ya.
Kanga, I was surprised at how you defended Roo. You know, after he...
He what, love?
You know?
Oh, this blinker? Why, no, dear. Like we said, it was a boomerang.
Yeah, boomerang. Why not a boomerang? We was tossing around my old boomerang behind the house. Just playing, Zol. Wait. You thought a she because I. Who the fuck jabs his own mum? Do you look mad as a cut snake?
Kanga places her hand on Roo's chest.
I think it's time to go.
They turn to exit. Kanga continues off, but Roo turns back.
You hurt me, mate. She's my mum.
Kanga calls from off stage.
Roo dear, it's time for your medicine.
I'm coming, you bastard mole.
He exits. Piglet crosses to Christopher Robin and hugs him tight.
Bye, Christopher Robin.
I'll miss you, too. I'll miss all of you.
Me the most. Oh, please say me the most.
Oh, release the boy, sullen swine. I believe he's been through enough for one day. Fare thee well, son. Parting is such sweet sorrow.
Sweets. Stay off the sweets.
Winnie-the-Pooh
The
pulls
sweets.
back the blanket on his lap, revealing the empty space where his left leg used to be.
The sweets took my leg.
Owl puts his arm around Piglet and they both exit.
Thank you, Bear.
He crosses to Winnie-the-Pooh and pauses for a moment. He then throws his arms around Winnie-the-Pooh and hugs him, but turns his head and makes an expression as if he's holding his breath.
Oh, it was no bother.
Christopher Robin reaches up and pantomimes, taking hold of a balloon string.
Don't be sad, Pooh Bear. Nobody can be uncheered with a balloon.
Winnie-the-Pooh looks at the empty space where the balloon should be.
You know there's no balloon there, right?
I know, I was just trying to be cute.
Making me think I'm having a stroke is supposed to be cute. What's wrong with you? Get out of here, you little punk.
Christopher Robin crosses to exit, stops by the box labeled Zoo, reaches in and takes out the plush Winnie-the-Pooh and his loose leg.
I guess this is goodbye.
He looks down at the plush Winnie-the-Pooh and then back at Winnie-the-Pooh himself before turning and exiting.
Oh, I don't know about that.
Winnie-the-Pooh concentrates hard.
I've always had a big imagination, too.
Pooh Bear!
Think.
Young Christopher Robin from Act 1, Scene 1 enters. He looks into the box labeled Zoo and takes out the plush Piglet, Rabbit, Eeyore, Tigger, Kangaroo, and Owl. He holds them in his arms and continues to search for the plush Winnie-the-Pooh.
Pooh Bear, where are you?
Right here.
Winnie-the-Pooh holds out his arms and young Christopher Robin runs to him.
Where was I?
Right here.
Silly old bear. So, what do you want to play today?
Well, you see, Rabbit took Pooh Bear's honey pots away, and I was thinking.
He turns his wheelchair around and begins to roll off stage with young Christopher Robin at his side.
While he's fixing his front door, you're just small enough to sneak in through the entrance and then...
Fade to black. Act 3, Scene 4. The lights rise on Father Shepherd's office, set exactly as it was in Act 1, Scene 2. Shepherd is sifting through Christopher Robin's file and making notes. He begins to nod off. After a moment, the stage lights dim to an atmospheric level. Woozle and Heffalump enter.
Hello, Father.
Father Shepherd snaps upward with a start, coming face to face with Heffalump.
I will you ever read this fairy tale? It's a snooze, Woos.
Maybe he's working on his weekly lethargy.
No wonder he fell asleep. Look at, he even has a warning label. Do not operate heavy machinery while reading this book.
There most certainly is not, and that is no fairy tale.
You're telling me. No, wait. In the beginning, God created the heavens and the earth. Whatever happened to once upon a time?
Blasphemy!
Oh, so it's good enough for the Grimms, but not for you.
Unclean spirits, in the name of the Holy Father, I cast thee out.
Look at him. The kid said he'd do it, and he's doing it. He did it.
Who are you?
Now where were my manners? I am Mr. Woozle, and this is my elephantine associate, Mr. Heffalump.
Demons!
Oh, do you feel that, Heffalump?
I taste it, Luz.
Somebody's scared. Oh, Father, you have quite the overactive imagination. But I do suppose that's a necessity in your line of work.
Yeah, especially if they expect you to spice this up.
Grown-ups, 1 minute you convince a kid that there's no such thing as the boogeyman, and the next, Tell them to say their prayers or else G-O-D, the biggest and baddest boogie of all, will send their souls straight to hell. Oh, and you Catholics are the worst of all. Even as adults, you live in constant fear of the Almighty. So surely you can spare just a bit for two freelance phantoms like us.
Boy, you sure are shaking, Father. Flinch. I can see why the king pointed us in your direction.
Now, I hope you can forgive us for this oh-so-brief introduction, as we have yet another to make. I believe you know him, a little Judas by the name of, Jonathan Brown? But don't you worry, we'll be back.
Woozle and Heffalump turn as if to exit.
Wait! Wait. You said he. What is the name of he who sent you?
Heffalump and Woozle turn around slowly. They cross toward Father Shepherd.
Name, Padre?
Yeah, Wooz, I think he's asking about the kid.
I know, I was being ominous.
Oh, gotcha.
Heffalump and Woozle circle the desk in opposite directions until they are framing the seated Father Shepherd.
I would have thought the moniker of our malevolent master would have been obvious by now. After all, it's typed right here on the label. Lucifer.
Robin. Sorry. Sorry. Is it Mulligan?
But that was my Act 2, Scene 5. Before the lights rise, a high school dismissal bell is heard. The lights then rise outside of Ashdown High School. Christopher Robin, now dressed in more relaxed, everyday clothing, enters with his backpack slung over one shoulder. As he crosses, another 16-year-old, Harry Colburn, enters running. Harry is played by the same actor as Eeyore, making him Christopher Robin's type, as suggested in Act 1, Scene 6. Harry is dressed in a manner reminiscent of, but not identical to, Eeyore's, and is carrying a bag of his own. He gives Christopher Robin a playfully antagonistic shove from behind.
Hey, Milne.
Christopher Robin stumbles forward and then turns to face Harry.
Colborne, look, could we not do this?
Aw, are you having a bad day?
Yes, I am, so just don't.
What's your problem?
I lost something, or someone took it. I don't know. I gotta go.
Well, did you ask around?
I can't. I forget it.
Oh, come on. How hard can it be? Just go into the office, stand up straight, look them right in the eye and say, my name is Christopher Robin Milne, and I lost my chubby little cubby all stuffed with fluff.
You found him?
No.
Harry reaches into his bag and pulls out Christopher Robin's plush Winnie-the-Pooh. Harry is holding him so that the missing left leg from Act 1, Scene 3, which has since been reattached, is concealed.
I stole him.
Give him back, Harry.
Who, this silly old bear?
Give him back!
Christopher Robin snatches his plush Winnie-the-Pooh and steps away from Harry.
Oh, careful, his left
leg. You sewed it back on.
Not well, but I tried. I did it in home ec. The first time it was backward. What a kick in the ass, huh? Yeah. It's not too bad though, right? Hey, at least your parents got you a bear when you were a kid. My parents just got me this creepy fucking little stuffed gopher.
Christopher Robin turns, catching Harry off guard, and kisses him.
Oh, gay?
Thank you for this.
Whoa. I know why you got kicked out of your last school, Milne, and I got news for you. If you want to do that, we're going to have to go somewhere else. Because Ashdown keeps all their equipment in the gym.
Well, my parents won't be home for a while. We could go to my house.
Sinner. Okay, let's go. You know, I never noticed, or I never asked why you always have him with you. It is sweet, you know, the bond between a boy and his bear. But wait, don't tell me. Yeah, I thought so. I've seen this before. It happens when some people care too much. What's it called? I think it is love. Am I close?
Well, that. And he really needs to get out more.
So why didn't you report him missing?
Hey, it's tough enough being the new kid in school without telling everyone.
I secretly bring poo in my backpack every day.
You know, I was trying to be sincere, Colborne, and you totally ruined the moment.
They begin to exit.
I do that.
Harry puts his arm around Christopher Robin and they exit completely. Fade to black. Curtain. End of play.